Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So I'm working on a robot character here, and one of the things that I was playing around is if I wanted to add more detail to this panel, to the front screen. One of the things that is super powerful in ZBrush is called Interpolate. Now Interpolate is located in Stroke. I have it parked right here in the left panel, but if you go to the top and click on Stroke, you'll see a panel shows up, and then if you grab this little thing, you can of course drag it to your shelf if you want. If you don't want it to, have it keep closing, right? But let me show you a couple really cool tricks with Interpolate. So one of them being, let's say I want to make a hole, and let's see, I'm gonna go to Standard, and I'm gonna set my stroke to drag rectangular, and I'm just gonna choose like a really sharp alpha. I'll just go with something like this alpha 14, for example, right? And you see I'm in the subtract, and I dialed my intensity all the way up to 88, so it's kind of nice and deep. And if I show you my polyframe, you can see it's really dense, right, this panel. So now if I drag a hole right in the screen and let it go, the question is, how do I make the same exact hole on this side? I want it to be exactly the same size and position. Right, how do I do that? Well, of course I can mirror it over, and that's one way of doing it. But if I mirror it over, then I can't use Interpolate to fill in gaps in between. So instead what I could do is I can hover over the other side, and then what I can do is I can press Shift 1, and that's going to repeat the last stroke that I did, which is the sub of 88 intensity, and it's just going to place it there. And the cool thing about doing it this way is that now you can go to Interpolate, and in here, let's say I want to set my stroke count to 2, for example, right? If I just say Interpolate, you can see that it's going to put 2 more of these holes in between with the same exact spacing. Now that's a very powerful way to design detail in ZBrush, and you can see how beautiful and clean that looks, right? Let's do something else now. Let's do one maybe where it's running this way, right? So for our next test, let's just grab something like, I'm gonna go to brush, and I'm just gonna choose this chisel brush. I'm gonna change my stroke to dots, and let me change this. I'll just put my alpha to off. And now if I test my surface, you can see what that is doing. I'm gonna hold down the Shift key and snap my screen, make sure it's nice and straight. Alright, so now with the chisel brush selected, let me switch this, for example, to, let's do add, and maybe we don't want our focal shift to be minus 100, that's a little too sharp. Let's do minus 75. I'm gonna click, hold down the Shift key, drag this across, and then release the Shift key. And that's going to give me chisel add bevel on top of my screen. I'm gonna do the same thing down here. I'm gonna click, hold on the Shift key, drag it across, and then release the Shift key. And now I have one down here as well. So now what I could do is I can come up here, I can change my strokes to any number I want. Let's say I want to do something like 3, and let me just say Interpolate. And you can see that I was given 3 more of these, evenly spaced between the top and the bottom. And you can see what that looks like, right? And of course, if I wanted to clean this up, I can just do like a little polish, and just work from there, right? So a really cool and powerful way to add detail, and you can even create amazing hard surface elements in Maya and then bring it into ZBrush for this kind of extra detailing. So the combination between the two is super powerful in my opinion. Let's do one more. Let's come here. And let's say I want to give them some bolts running around, right? So how do I add some bolts or rivets? I can go to my brush. I can press I for IMM. Let me choose something like this IMM parts. And let's just do something sci-fi looking. This first one is fine. I'm just going to click on that one. Let me go ahead and select my mesh. And now I'm going to simply click and drag to create a bolt. I'm going to come on this side, hover over my other side, and click Shift 1 to create another one. And now what I could do is in my Interpolate, I can change the size. I mean the stroke count, let's do 4 for example, and let's say Interpolate. And now you can see I have evenly spaced bolts running across. All right, so you can also do this with IMM brushes as well. So it's super powerful, very fun to do and play with. So make sure you take advantage of these powerful tools. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.